Hi there, Visionary family, and welcome back to another one with Lady Visionary. Hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. If you're new to my channel, please do consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you guys so much. For those of you guys who are new but don't know who I am Lady Visionary. I relocated from the UK and now I'm living in Rwanda, exploring different things, discovering self, and also indulging in different types of businesses. Um, yeah, so I'm here with my husband and two boys, two kids. Okay. And before we get into this live, because it's a pretty serious one, it's a pretty serious one. Before we get into this live, I just want to let you guys know that I do offer consultation for anybody interested in relocating and investing in Rwanda. But I'm opening it up now, so it's for anybody who's interested to relocate and invest in Africa as a whole. You can set up a business and relocation consultation with myself, because yeah, I'm well traveled. I have a master's in global health and international development, and I feel like there's a lot that I can offer. So if you are interested, you really want valuable information that's not just based upon opinions, but facts and experiences, then please do consider booking a consultation with myself, Lady Visionary. So I will put my email in the description bar so we can set up a Zoom consultation. Yesterday I put out a video and it was just about, the fact that we need to understand the environments that we're getting into when it comes to relocating to the continent. We've had like people come with like these different expectations, but unfortunately they haven't been fulfilled, right? The systems here on the continent is you can find that they're very different to the ones that we're used to in the West. So that would be Europe and the Americas. You can find they're very, very different, and I say time and time again on this channel, please come and visit first. Obviously, there's a lot of people putting out a wealth of information that can be very exciting and encouraging and inspiring and, changing the narrative. That's all great. But everybody has to assess their situation on an individual basis and knowing what is right for them. Is it going to be Rwanda? Is it going to be Ghana? Is it going to be Tanzania? Is it going to be Zimbabwe? You really, it's not something that you do lightly. We have cases of people, selling all their items, moving to Africa, and then finding that they're not having a very good experience. And also one of the reasons, because they're quite rigid in their mindsets. They haven't come with a flexible mindset. They haven't come with a level of openness. You may find even here on the continent that some services are quite slow. You have to exercise patience and so on and so forth. And some people just don't have that. They're used to the fast pace of life, and coming to Africa, things can be a bit slow. So they get really agitated and frustrated and like, oh, you know what, this doesn't meet up with my expectations. And, that's why I say, like, you can obviously, watch YouTube and look at the amazing things that people are doing and gather inspiration from that. But you must analyze the situation and also think how best, you just need to think on an individual basis, like, thinking about you and your individual journey and whether things are applicable to you and how would your experience look like being here on the continent. A lot of people will come and they've left their families. They may come as a sole person. They left their families back home. And, they come and they feel very, very homesick. They miss their family. They miss their children, their grandchildren, and so on. And that is something that you definitely need to think about, the people that you're leaving behind, you're not going to see them every day and so on. And in a lot of cases, your families back home don't even understand why you're moving to Africa. They don't see it yet. They don't want to see it. They don't want to move to Africa. And you are very obviously inspired, encouraged, and yes, let's go to the motherland. We need to give back and so on and so forth. But they don't see what you see. And it's about obviously continuing to educate them. And in a lot of cases, some of those family members will never ever make it to Africa, because for them they're so used to the life in the West and used to the life in the Americas, you know. So you can come and feel like a little bit lonely, you know, you can feel a little bit lonely because you're going to miss your family and friends. And then on top of that, the language barriers that you may face, you may feel like you're not having enough interactions with people unless maybe you're speaking to people that speak the same languages as you, or you've connected really well with the diaspora who are in the country that you are planning to relocate to. So there is a lot that needs to be considered, guys, when you're thinking about relocating and coming to the continent. So let me know who we have in the building. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really, really appreciate you guys. Let me know where you're listening in from. I would really, really appreciate that. Some of you guys would have seen the video I did with Baby Ishimwe. If you don't know about Baby Ishimwe, then please go and check out my previous video where I visited a village in Rwanda to gift Baby Ishimwe with some of your donations and so on and so forth. And we will continue to share his story and continue to support him. So this, for those of you guys who don't know, Baby Ishimwe is a 3-month-old baby who lost his mother during childbirth. And so, you know, we're continuing to give love and support him here on the channel. So yeah, if you want to support, definitely you can super chat, or the details will be in the description bar as well. Guys, thank you so much. Who do we have in the building? Who do we have in the building? I wanted to come live a little bit earlier on, guys, to discuss quite a bit that I have on my chest. But I was super, super busy preparing for the new year and everything like that. And I have a wonderful time. I was planning to even film me going around and getting some bits for the new year, but unfortunately, you know, yeah, it didn't happen. So who do we have here? Who do we have here? We have Humble Gambian is in the building. Hey, 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 how are you doing? How are you doing? Simply Marie is in the building. Good morning. I'm Anne Marie, originally from Jamaica, grew up in Boston, looking to visit Rwanda soon. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. Yes, I'm from Jamaica too. Well, I was born in Jamaica, but yeah, moved to the UK and now living in Rwanda. So welcome, Simply Marie. Come and visit Rwanda and see what it's like. Yes. Okay. Good morning, Lady Vision. That's Lady J. Habari. Hi. Good morning to you. Right now it's in Rwanda. What time is it now? It is 2:21 here in Rwanda. Guys, stick around because this conversation, it has to be had. This conversation has to be had. Okay, so okay, shout out from Orlando, Florida, 7:20 a.m. What? Oh wow, hey Lady Vision and African family. DC's in the building. Hey, hey, hey. Just want to say thank you. I did receive your PayPal donation towards Baby Ishimwe. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm so happy that you're here because I can thank you live. Thank you so much, DC, for your kind donation towards Baby Ishimwe. Thank you so, so much. Very much appreciated. How are you doing? Who else do we have in the building, and where are you listening in from? We haven't dived into the conversations just yet, and it's not planned. There's a lot of things going on in my head, guys, a lot, but I just wanted to speak my truth. Speak my truth, right? So, yeah, if I haven't greeted you, please send me a comment in the comment section, and I will greet you, right? There's a lot. Guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, please go over and follow me on Instagram. It's lady_visionary. I also have a business Instagram, which is Twin Lakes Recreational Island. Oh, DC, oh my God, you're welcome, my dear daughter. Yeah, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support on this one. It means a lot. Seriously, it means a lot. So yeah, there's a lot going on in my head right now, guys, and I just want to say that because Ingrid, if you're here, but she may not be here, Ingrid made a point on my last live. Okay, how are you and the little baby? Okay, Francis saying, how are you and the little baby with the new mother? Yes, everything is going well. Like 2 days ago, I was with Baby Ishimwe and he looked so happy. And the thing about it, it's kind of like literally when I asked the new mom to let me hold him. He just literally just gave me the biggest smile. Like, he's just so gorgeous. But I will continue to follow his story. Yeah, I will continue to follow his story, guys. So I will definitely be sharing that, the whole journey, you know, as we continue to support him. You guys who've obviously sent your donations in, and also me and my husband. Yeah, me and my husband, who will be also supporting as well. So yeah, we will bring you more about baby Ishimwe and the new mother. The new mother was so appreciative. Like, in the video, you guys didn't really see her expression, but she was so appreciative. Even the family, her family also were just like, thank you. I think if you guys watch that video, you could hear them saying orakoze. Orakoze means thank you. They were hugging me and saying thank you, and I was just like, I wish they could hug all the people that actually, you know, also donated as well. So, you know, I'm gonna give you guys a virtual hug and just say thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay. Lady B, have you met African Investment Guide? He's a retailer in Rwanda. I haven't met him. No, I haven't met him. JJ Jean is saying, hi Lady V, hello to you as well. Greetings from Milton Keynes, UK. That's Joseph King. Hey, how are you? So guys, as I said, there was a lot going on in my head today, and I just want to say, like, I know that we as a people, we're divided with opinions and things like that. You know, we may not agree on everything, and you know, for me, I'm very open. We don't have to agree on everything, but what I do expect is that we must, even though we don't agree on everything, we must be able to have a conversation without insulting each other. You know, I think that's very, very important. We've seen this time and time again in the world, even on the African continent, where, you know, there's been like disagreements, whether between tribes and things like that, and it's caused a lot of murders and just a lot of bloodshed and a lot of hurt, you know. And so that's why I feel like also it's important to be able to share our different opinions about various topics, but not to insult each other or anything like that. And definitely on my channel, I will not condone that. You'll never see me condoning that. You'll never see me influencing that type of behavior on the channel. So, you know, just feel free to share your opinions. I appreciate that, but I will not encourage or promote insults on my channel. In fact, I will actually kick you out of the channel or kick you out of the live chats, because it does give me that feature to do that. So just keep it respectful, and share our opinions and things like that, which is totally fine. We can never agree on everything. Yeah, have I greeted everyone? If you've come in here and, you know, I haven't greeted you, just let me know where you're watching from, and I'll appreciate that. I will give you a shout out. Thank you so much. But yeah, thank you to everybody who has supported baby Shimwe. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Guys, I was so reared up this morning. I wanted to come live, but didn't quite happen, because as I said, I'm thinking about so many different things. And you know, one thing that's really we can all agree on right now is that this whole COVID situation has really impacted all our lives. It's had a profound impact globally, you know, and so many people have lost their lives, and due to this pandemic situation, or plandemic, as some of you guys may say, you know, people have lost their lives. People who may not even have lost their lives have lost their lives during this period. A lot of us have been so uncertain about the future. A lot of us still remain uncertain about the future ahead. I'm hearing that America is also in chaos as well with the new variant, and also I'm getting news from the UK that, you know, things are not looking very, very good. I know that with this new strain, although it spreads rapidly, we're not getting the type of hospitalizations that we were having with the previous COVID variants, right? So we have, is it Kadahizi? Hello, hello, hello. Keep it up, girl. Thank you so much. Keep it up, girl. Sweden, greetings. Hello and welcome. Yeah. So as I was saying, guys, this new strain spreads more rapidly, as been advertised. Um, JJ Jr. is saying, I've got COVID right now. I'm really sorry. May your recovery be speedy, a very, very speedy one. Get well very, very soon. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of our lives have been impacted. And what I, what I feel is that, obviously this, some people will agree and some people won't. This kind of came and hit us in the backside. It really hit us, and we didn't know what hit us. Seriously, we didn't know what hit us. And but what I know is that this whole COVID thing didn't just fall from the sky. It didn't just fall from the sky. It came from somewhere, right? And I feel like, obviously there was a lot of talks that it came from China doing their research, doing their thing in the lab and stuff. But what I definitely know, it is man-made, because the heart of man is so wicked that it's always trying to find ways in which it can cause destruction for its greater good, because we live in a very selfish world where people are really concerned about money and world dominance at the expense of other people's lives. That's I guess that's the way that the world has, just the world has been. Because there's always someone sitting somewhere trying to find a way to cause destruction and to be in control and power. And I believe that this initial source was a way of trying to bring disruption, but everything sort of spiraled out of control. It was definitely a weapon that was being developed, right? And a lot of the superpowers obviously have found a way to use it to control and manipulate and make a lot of money, to make a lot of money from a lot of us at a lot of our expenses. So some people are like, oh, why are people skeptical about this? And I don't think we should be skeptical about many things. We should exercise critical thinking, because if we just kind of take on everything that is said to us, we just believe everything that's said to us, then there would be no reason for us to have our own brains. There needs to be some sort of pushback. There needs to be some sort of questioning as to what exactly is going on, and why exactly is no one being held accountable for this man-made pandemic, that's caused a lot of disruption. And I feel like if the source if the source is not being identified, if the source has been ignored, and definitely it's man-made, so that means whoever did it is, wherever they are, is feeling like, right, we can actually come up with another weapon like this, and nobody will actually question, because it's basically fallen under the radar, and nobody is questioning anything. You're just letting people get away with it. So it's pretty interesting times where I believe that we definitely have to be critical, because all our lives have been impacted significantly by COVID in one way or another. Life as you see it will never be the same anymore. Life as you see it will never be the same anymore. You can see the developments of various policies that sort of demonstrate that, even, they want to take over our lives, and our lives are no longer our own. We can't make our own decisions. You're put in circumstances like you have to do this. If you want to breathe oxygen, you must do this. And so that's, you know, where a lot of people talking about the new world order. Basically, the life as you previously know it, it is no more. It is no more. And, you know, what do we do? Do we just kind of sit back and take it as it is? Or do we analyze it and, you know, we critique it, and, you know, we see how we can make the adjustments for our own lives? Because as of right now, the way it looks globally is that, you know, they want us to be, basically they want us to operate like programmed robots. You know, we must all be robots, and the way that we're programmed is the way that we were supposed to operate. So that's how it's looking like, guys. If I'm totally honest, globally, that's how it's looking like. You know, the superpowers definitely want to have control over us, and they will use different vessels in order to disseminate this new order, you know. And you definitely have to critique. You know, some of us, yeah, will roll over and take it, but some others will analyze it and say, well, I see what's really going on. I really see what is going on, and I should be concerned. I should be concerned for myself, for the future of my people. You know, I should be concerned. And guys, am I making sense to you guys? Let me know in the comments if I'm making sense to you guys, because there is a lot, and I'm trying to you know, make my thoughts clear. I'm trying to make my thoughts clear to you guys as to how I see the world and what is happening, and this new order, and how we are being conditioned, we are being programmed to just do as we're told, you know, no questions about it. And it's all about dominance, power, money, and control. You know what I mean? And guys, yeah, it's all about dominance and control and power and money. And, you know, the world that we live in, it's like, well, it's not like, people are willing to go lengths in order to be on top, by whatever means, whoever they have to eliminate, they're willing to do whatever it takes, you know, whatever it takes. So I don't know how everyone's feeling right now. If you have any comments or anything to add, you know, let me know if you have anything to add, guys, because that's how I'm feeling right now. Globally, things will change. Things are changing, and things will continue to change for us, you know, within even the next couple of months, next 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year, you know, because there's a clear agenda that must be achieved. You know, there's a clear agenda that must be achieved, and we're all being cornered to bow down to the master. We're all being cornered to bow down and, you know, not question anything, just go with it, do what we're told, you know. And that, in fact, like, they don't want us to have a brain. Yeah, they don't want us to have a brain, because they operate our brains for us. We do as we're told, when we're told, you know. So this is how the world is moving right now. This is how the world is moving right now. Yeah, this is how the world is moving. And the thing is, like, you know, psychology, I definitely know that psychology is so important. You know, there'll be, let's just talk about Africa, and how, like, you know, Africa has been, the influence of psychology in terms of, you know, a lot of people have stated how like a lot of our leaders are manipulated by the West and manipulated by, you know, by the Americas, um, you know, to manipulated in a way that they should like operate in the in our different countries, and how we should stipulate policies and everything. So and a lot of the times the Western influence and is being um, posed on Africa, like you must do this, otherwise you won't get this, you won't get funding for this, you won't get this and this, you know, because they put us in that situation and try to threaten us and lock us out of the global economy in a lot of cases. So a lot of people would say that the African leaders, a lot of their hands are sort of tied. Look what happened in Zimbabwe, you know, when the president, the previous president there, made some changes and there were sanctions, and you know, Zimbabwe really suffered. You know, that's one of the things, they put sanctions on these countries and lock them out of the economy. And these are the people who talk about humanity and things like that. You know, when you lock people out of the economy, and you know, poor people are starving and struggling and, you know, trying to make it in life, a lot of people die. You know, a lot of people die. And these people don't care, because at the end of the day they're not getting what they want, so therefore you and your people will suffer. um so there's a lot of issues around that. Africa's still struggling with kind of this, you know, independence and doing things solely on our own, for our own people. A lot of the times that the decisions are influenced by external forces, and it's so sad, guys, because you know, I haven't traveled like the whole of the continent, but I've traveled to various countries on the continent. And you know, the more I'm here on the continent, the more experiences I go through, I really think like, you know, Africa is definitely so rich. And you know, some of the things that I see on the continent, the sufferings that I see, the people who are poor and living in villages and lack of resources and so on and so forth. You know, the number of NGOs that are working on the continent to improve the situation in Africa for Africans. It's just been an absolute lie, a way of just continuing to rob Africa and, you know, line their pockets with more and more money, applying for funding from these different organizations so they can better themselves. And like 5 or maybe 10% of the money goes to the actual people, which is not really effective. But also what I've realized, guys, is also, um, yes, Africa is still suffering from the residual impact of colonialism, but also the people that look like us have also become the colonizers. They think like the colonizers. And, you know, you have situations where, you know, these people will not want to advance their own people, um, because they know what it means. They don't want their own people to think for themselves. And when you go back in history, in the days of slavery, where the masters didn't want the black people to um, to read books and, you know, exercise the ability to critically think. And if you were caught reading a book, you would be in, you know, you would be in some real big mess. Um, you know, so what I'm saying is that also what I'm seeing also on the continent is that I don't know if like people are operating because they don't know, or whether it's deliberate intention to hold our own people back. But it's definitely is something that I also observe. It, you know, things like education in Africa is a problem. You know, we have a significant number of people on the continent that are literate, and don't have access to education. Education is so powerful. It changes everything about a person. Nelson Mandela said, if I'm quoting right, let me know. Education is the most powerful tool that can change the world. You know, education has an impact on, your future prospects. And a lot of African countries are not giving their people enough when it comes to educational resources. And so I believe that's one of the major areas where a lot of African countries need to push their resources is education, educational resources for the African people, because that's one of the major things that is holding the African people back, is a lack of resources with regards to education. It's a big factor. It's like it's a pandemic. It's a big problem, you know. So that's one of the things I'd love to see change on the continent, is that our leaders put more fundings towards educating the African people, because that's the thing that's really holding Africa back and actually sustaining poverty in Africa. We have like organizations, NGOs that come to Africa to bring food and so on and so forth. Listen, you organizations that are out there doing those things, bring educational resources to Africa, to the people. Give the young people opportunities to excel in higher education, so they can be well equipped to buy their own food, so they won't be reliant on you. Uh, they won't be reliant on you. They can educate themselves and uh, develop opportunities for themselves and their people. But because they want to sustain poverty, they want to sustain dependency, they continue to sort of filtrate a bit, then that's finished, then they filtrate another bit, and then that's finished, and creating this continuous dependency on Africa that doesn't allow the people to prosper. And so even you have, leadership at all levels, whether it's from the top or from the bottom up, who definitely don't like, they truly don't understand the issues, or maybe they just don't want to they don't want to see their own people prosper. I don't know. But I'm also analyzing the situation, and I'm like, it things look hard, but really they're not. Because if you can channel resources into some other areas, you can prioritize and educate the African people, the African children, the African young people, So guys, there's just a lot. Africa still has a lot to do, a long way to go. A long way to go, guys. Long way to go. But, those of you guys who are out there and you want to do something, you have skills, you have knowledge in this and that area, you have different ideas how you can come and set up businesses and help our people, because there are people who are coming and actually helping and changing the narrative and changing people's lives, and adding their piece in order to help Africa move forward. And we need more of that, because Africa is really suffering from that brain drain. Everybody that has the opportunity to leave Africa, they will take that opportunity. They will take that opportunity. So we need the diaspora to come back, to come home, and influence change in Africa. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for being here. Really appreciate you. Let me see your comments. Let me know if you need any more clarifications on what I'm saying. But today a lot was going through my head, and I just wanted to come on here and share and speak the truth, and just share with you guys in terms of what's going on. Just what's going on. So let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, okay. So Lady J is in the building. Lady J is saying LV, you are correct. This country is wicked, and the Most High is going to destroy them. They concerned about power, yeah, about power, money, and mind control. That's basically what it is. When you really delve, is that the right word? When you really delve deep and exercise some critical thinking, you can really dissect and understand and see things for what they truly are. You know, we're literally, it's all about power, yes, money, and mind control, right? I'm not afraid to say that. And because I see it for what it truly is, you know, there's a lack of genuine care for people and people's lives, because there is more of a concern, and you have different groups of people who are competing in this space for the power, the money, and the control of people and their own minds. So it's definitely something that we have to be aware of. Definitely something, we can't just go with the flow. Many people will go with the flow. So many people will go with the flow. And so many people will not realize until it's too late. Many people will follow the crowd. And the way that psychology works is like the type of propaganda that will be fed to us, we won't even realize it. And then we will even start to fight against our own people for their cause. And that's how they've been able to continuously manipulate us and sustain like poverty, for example, in Africa. Power, power, money, and mind control, right? Right. Fly, who do we have? Fly books. This has caused such disharmony between families, friends, seems to be the plan. Yes, it will, guys. That's why I came on here, because I could see the other day on my channel, I know people were divided in terms of opinions and things like that. So don't allow this to destroy us, because like in the height of the pandemic in the UK, many people, they saw the rate of suicide go right up. The rate of suicide went so high because people's minds were just out of control. They didn't see a future. They felt locked down, constrained. It caused a lot of conflicts between families. The domestic violence went up. The divide between, as you say, friends and family. And we have to be mindful of that, because that in itself is the psychology that's working against us. That's why I asked the question in my previous life: what are you doing to keep your mental health? Because it's by design to eliminate our minds. Where we're going crazy, we don't know whether we're going left or right, or forward. So we definitely have to exercise critical thinking. You have to analyze everything. When you sit back and you just take everything for what it is, you become one of their programmed robots. And you start to influence other people. It's by design. Right. I'm just seeing. PT's in the building. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing, PT? Today we are strong. Wait, sorry. Before I read your comment, at Fly Books, you're absolutely correct, and we're further weakened by the division. Yes, Kwame Nkrumah said it. United we stand, divided we fall. And consistently, what kind of breaks my heart sometimes is that, which is the truth, is the consistency amongst the Black community to be divided. There's something really wrong. There's a consistency amongst the Black community to be divided. And if we don't agree on something, we start to throw insults. Why? Why? We keep getting it wrong. Divided, we continue to fall. United, we stand strong as ever. That's the power that we have. Okay. PT saying we're strong together. Yes, most definitely. My dream was to come to Africa, Ghana specifically. Was so impressed with the president's proclamation to come home. Now it seems that has been blocked by those who are in alignment with the others. Sorry, let me just read your name again. Flybooks. You know, I said on my previous lives that we're going to be faced with decisions that we have to make. Everybody has to make those individual decisions for themselves, maybe for their families. But the world as we know it will continue to change. And it's not going to be for the better. It's not going to be for the better. Because there's a clear agenda to dominate our minds. We don't have, the agenda that we will not have no control. We have to go with how we've been assigned. We have to go with how we've been programmed. And unfortunately, many of us will follow that line. And there has to be some pushback, because when you think about even our ancestors, how they were chained. They were chained, they were beaten, they were raped, they were starved, they had to defecate on themselves up, you know, in rooms up to like knee height and above. That's where they ate, they slept, everything. They could have succumbed and just said, you know what, that's it, we're doomed. But they continued to fight. They continued to say, you know what, this is not right. We are deserving of our freedom. And you had our ancestors, people that were running away every opportunity because they knew it wasn't right. Every opportunity that they could escape. And even when they were caught, they would amputate their toes, they would amputate parts of their bodies, to also give us signals to other enslaved people that if you run, if you don't pick cotton fast enough, your child's arm will be amputated, her toes will be amputated, her ankles will be amputated. But that didn't stop them. They continued to fight for freedom. They continued to fight for freedom because they knew that it wasn't right. They were deserving of a life. They weren't born to be in chains. They were also deserving of a life. And so if they didn't fight, if they just succumbed to the pressure of the white men, the colonizers at that time, we wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't be here right now. That's the truth. If they just succumbed and said, you know what, this is how it has to be. But even with the lack of education, because at that time, remember, the colonizers didn't want them to exercise mind power or read books or anything like that. But they knew that that wasn't how they were supposed to be. And they kept on fighting because they were fighting for us to be here right now. They were fighting for future generations to be out of chains. And they continued the great fight because, look, guys, I'm not shackled up. I've not been branded with an iron by the colonizers. with their initial on my back. They would heat up the iron to temperatures above 300 and brand the enslaved people with their initials to indicate to others that this was their slave. That's what they did to our people. That's what they did to our people. And so we must be encouraged, guys, because our ancestors led the way for us. They were great examples of how they were truly resilient despite the pain that they went through. Can you imagine being on your feet, shackled, being on plantations, working, sweating, no food, no drink, beaten, whipped? Still, they continued the fight. Something that was designed to eliminate the black race, and we're still here over 400 years later. That tells us something. That truly tells us something. We are powerful beyond measure. We're more powerful than we know. And there's no way they can wipe us out, because we were born to be here. We were born to be here. Imagine, despite everything that we've been through, the black race is still standing. What? Wow. Our ancestors truly paved the way for us, and we should look at them as a great example. And somehow that should give us, revive us and give us energy to continue the fight. Keep going. We are worthy enough to be here. We deserve to be here. It's hard. It's really hard. Because imagine, after all those years of all the nonsense that our people have gone through, and they probably thought that by now, we wouldn't have to be protesting and, fighting for equality and Black Lives Matter and all of that. But here we are. We're still out in the streets protesting. We're still fighting for our lives. Guys, it's crazy. It's crazy. Guys, I'm trying to read your comments. Lady J, DC saying, Lady J, when will it happen? Because I've had enough. Oh, what? Sorry, did I miss something? Let's keep going. Did I miss something? Okay, DC is saying, Omicron is infectious with different symptoms such as sneezing and exhaustion. However, it's not deadly like the previous strains. So yeah, that's what I'm hearing, that it's not like the previous strains. It does spread more rapidly. However, people are not being hospitalized as they were with the previous variants. Okay. Fly Books, is Tanzania still standing firm? Well, it's not currently mandatory to be vaccinated, if you're asking about that, to be vaccinated to fly in or out of Tanzania. I was saying to you guys, don't be surprised if things change. Things are changing, and we must be ready. Things are changing, and we must be ready, because the global agenda is the same. The global agenda is the same. So watch out for the coming weeks, the coming months, the coming years, because life as we knew it has changed forever. Life as we knew it has changed forever. And that's the God honest truth. Some of us will live to see it, and some of us won't. Right? Let me just put it plain and simple like that. Yeah. Thank you so much. PT is saying, just sent a super chat. Thank you so much, Philip and Sandra. God bless you. This is for baby Ishimwe. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Francis, like I said the other day, African leaders should aggressively campaign for the diaspora with money and ideas to come home and get business happening. Yes, most definitely, you know, and that's one of the reasons why I started up my channel, because I want to influence the diaspora to come home and invest. You know, we need critical thinkers who can come and invest and help Africa move forward. You know, we need people who think outside of a matchbox, right? A matchbox is not that big. It's about it's about this big, right? We need people who think outside of the matchbox. We need critical thinkers. We need people who are ready to help move Africa along. I mean, I know that I say like, and it's true, Africa is not for everyone. But for those of you guys who really want to give Africa a try, the opportunity is there. The opportunity is there to come home and make a difference. The people in the West, the superpowers in the West, the superpowers in America, they only see you as one thing, and it's just, at the end of the day, it's money. You work tirelessly, you pay your taxes, you gain no fulfillment, you have to deal with these different forms of aggression and racism. As much as there are issues here on the continent, yes, we have our own issues, but we don't have to deal with their issues, and we don't have to build their economy. Africa needs us, and that's why I'm here. Africa needs us, and that is why I am here. I see it for what it is, and I have done that for a long time, and because of that, I was planning and pushing, and I felt uncomfortable being in their space because I know where my purpose belongs, and it's here on the continent. Whether it be Rwanda or anywhere else, my place is here on the continent. I'm not going to give the best of me to the Americas and Europe. No, they don't deserve me. They don't deserve me. They don't deserve you. You know, so if you feel like this is your calling, you're supposed to be here, come and visit, come and see what opportunities are on the ground. Wherever your calling may be, it may not be Rwanda, that's fine. Could be Tanzania, it could be Gambia, it could be somewhere else. Figure out where it is that you need to be and make it happen. Because being on the continent can even transform your own lives. Some of us in the West, we're depressed, we're sick, we're tired, we're getting no fulfillment where we are. We've been trying 5, 10, 15 years for a promotion. We've had that number of experience, but someone else comes in and gets that job that you've been working hard for tirelessly years and years and years, just comes in and get that job just like that. No, a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't have to spell it out on this channel. I don't have to deal with all of that crap anymore. I don't have to deal with that. Giving the best of me, but not getting anything back. I don't have to deal with that anymore. Right, I'm going to continue to read your comments, guys. Lady J saying, check out African Investment Guide on YouTube. Contact him and his wife for interview. Someone bought a home in Rwanda online from him. The couple are diaspora. Check him out. Yes. I think a lot of people may know already about African Investment Guide. Is it Enoch? Zion is in the building. No more. We should join No More movement. Africa. Yes, that's true. Africa must unite. Must unite. That's the truth. That's the thing that's been holding us back. It's consistent. Unity, lack of unity, division. It's been a major setback to even why so many of the African people have lost their lives. They're starving. They lack basic facilities, lack of unity. And also, the African communities, like historically, they've always had that togetherness. But the external influence of the colonizers has taught our people to be greedy, power hungry, and also they want to exercise that mind control. So somehow that unity has been lost, that we need to reconnect and build our unity and know that we're all one and we're all family. When another brother is out there not able to eat, you should feel a certain way about that. Okay. Lady Jason, people who have taken the jab is still getting COVID. We cannot trust the government. Well, yeah, I mean, that's right. I mean, I'm hearing as well that people who have had the jab are still, it's not 100%. So that's why also people are being encouraged to take the boosters and so on and so forth. But just because you take the COVID vaccine, it doesn't mean you're 100% immune. And obviously what we're having is different mutations of the disease. And so, with that comes different boosters as well. So, yeah. DC saying, yes, Lady V, they want total control. Austria, Germany, and Ghana are taking us for fools. Okay, I didn't see that bit. Yeah. So ultimately, it's about control, like mind control. Because once they consume our minds, that's it. We no longer think for ourselves. We do as they say. And psychology historically has been a very powerful weapon in terms of war. When you capture a person's mind, you capture their soul, you capture every element of their being. You can use them to do anything that you want them to do. And that is the ultimate agenda. Mind control. Enoch is saying Africa must wake up. That's true. We've been shouting from the rooftops time and time again. Africa unites. Africa, wake up. Wake up, Africa. We've been shouting from the rooftops. Wake up, Africa. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you smash the like button on this one. If you're enjoying the conversation, make sure you like this conversation, and make sure, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Smash on the subscribe button. Right? I'm Lady Visionary. I have relocated from the UK, and I'm here in Rwanda, continuing the great fight ahead. Right? The world has changed, will continue to change. Some of us will live to see it, and some of us won't. My unfiltered truth. Okay, DC saying they are going to make laws to stop people discussing or being against the. Yes, most definitely. Yes, definitely. I can see that happening without a doubt. Without a doubt, I can see that happening. You know, already on Instagram, if you mention anything on COVID, they put their information over it. Already, when you mention anything to do with vaccine, COVID, they put an overlay of a link to their website, information on COVID, which means what? They don't want us to critically analyze this whole paradigm, this whole situation that's happening. They don't want us to have a brain, have a mind to be able to think and analyze and critique and say what this, there's some issues with this and that. Guys, I'm saying it, and I'll continue to say it. The world as we knew it has changed forever. Be ready, be prepared. DC saying, yes, we are being rendered helpless. Already people are calling the unvaccinated. Yes, exactly. Yes, that's true. That's so true, DC. You're going to see for yourself. You're going to see for yourself. We're living in very, very strange times where, you know, I think someone mentioned the comment that, you know, this is going to cause a lot of divide. And, you know, a lot of us feeling like we're cornered, helpless, hopeless. But we have to continue to critically analyze. We have to continue to think for ourselves. And we have to keep our minds healthy and try our best to stay united. Because it's by design that we will fall apart. We won't even know whether we're wearing a hat on our head or a sock. All right, Flybooks is saying, I've tried to tell others that we are the strongest. We are here now, despite the horrors that our ancestors endured. I know when I look back at that and I think and I try to catapult myself into that paradigm, I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, our ancestors, wow. What they endured, and we're still here. I'm really and truly in awe. And that gives me strength to keep on moving forward. Keeping on believing that there will be change. Despite all the chaos and the madness that's happening in our world right now, there will be change. And so I remain hopeful, and I encourage you guys to also remain hopeful, because, you know, this too shall pass. Even though right now it's looking very bleak. You know, and a lot of us are wondering, how are we going to jump this hurdle? How will we overcome? But we'll go through the storm before we go through the calm. We will go through the storm. Many of us won't make it. But at some point, there will be a calm. Those of you who get it will get it. Those of you guys who don't. And that's fine. Yeah. DC is making a set in a really good point. African, especially the leaders, have been brainwashed and downtrodden mentally. It's a drip effect. If all the African leaders come together, then they could make waves. Exactly. And I think the superpowers know this. But one of the challenges of many of the African leaders on the continent is, the division. Obviously, we're seeing some efforts to come together. I'm not going to completely knock it. We are seeing some efforts. If you're keeping up with, what's going on the continent, we are seeing some efforts. But it's just kind of, as you're saying, it's just a drip, 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 drip. And those people in the Americas and in Europe also know it. And their survival depends on our leaders at all levels being divided. That's how they divide and conquer. Continue to sustain Africa and sustain Africa in its state of poverty, or they try to anyway. And that's how they've been continually able to filtrate, cause division and distraction. A lot of our people are distracted with different things, whether it be corruption and so on and so forth, money. And so they can't concentrate on the real issues of their own people because they're distracted by external forces. Those of you guys who get it will get it. Those of you guys who don't won't. Okay. Flybook saying, yes, Lady J, only hearing of vax boosted, getting sick now. Linda Crayford is in the building. Omicron does kill. There are several cases in the US and elsewhere. Be ready, be informed, and be safe. Definitely encourage you guys to be safe wherever you are, right? Be safe wherever you are. Because yes, it will be the pandemic or the plandemic that is eliminating people, but also so many of our mental health will be affected. During the height of the pandemic, so many people died of other causes because there was so much of a concentration on other things. So I say be safe, keep yourself safe wherever you are. Keep your mind safe as well, and just stay positive wherever you are. Keep pushing, be encouraged. DC, if we had a different mindset, then you realize African can be self-sufficient. Yes, psychology. We in general, like, because of the history, the colonization, the what's it called? There's a word. Oh, there's a word that I'm looking for. But there's a history of that dependency on aid from the external countries. So we're still going through that process of like being dependent. And I think a lot of our mindsets, need to change in order for us to really realize that, yes, we have everything. Africa has everything. Africa is the breadbasket to the rest of the world. Like, it's, the West and the Americas have built their wealth of the back of Africa, stealing from Africa, free labor from the enslaved people. They've built that. And a lot of the African people look at that and they're like, wow, we want to go to Europe and America, and we want to. All of that is coming from Africa. How many people die in the oceans trying to look for a better life in Europe? So many people. I don't have the statistics, guys, but these people are on the news are saying they're tired of the amount of Africans that keep showing up on their shores in France and at these different ports. And they're trying to see what they can do to stop Africans from washing up on their shores. They're trying to find something that is already here. They're trying to find things that are already here, that what they're seeing in the West is coming from Africa. All of that is built off the back of enslaved people. We have everything. And so, yes, DC, the mindset has to change. That has to come from leaders from at the top and also at the bottom. Mindset is everything. Because as a leader, when you have the right mindset, you can influence in your people in such a way that can transform their own lives. They won't have to be going out on boats without, on these boats and without life jackets and so on, searching and hoping for life and ending up in the ocean dead. So many people, so many African people wash up on the shores in Europe dead, trying to find life, leaving Africa, trying to find life. Why? There's a real problem on the continent. Our leaders need to do a better job. Why should our people leave their riches and go and die in the oceans and show up on their shores dead, lifeless, when we have everything here to sustain our people? Okay, Aliyah made a very good point. You are a modern day slave living in the West. Most definitely. Most definitely. In the West, we're like a robot. We're enslaved, but the only difference is we don't have shackles and chains, whatever. When you really analyze it, when you critique it, when you dissect it and look at it for what it truly is, you're just a slave without the chains. And many of us, many of you guys out there will not realize it. So many people have gone to the grave not realizing it. They set up this system of, you work, you pay into your pension and blah, blah, blah. You retire at, what's the retirement age in the UK or America right now? I forgot the retirement age. But now they moved every time you're coming to any sort of achievement, they moved it because they also changed the retirement age. I didn't. I realized very earlier on what was going on. I said, no, you're not going to capture my mind and use it as you want. No, no way. And so you're right, Aliyah. Many people are just modern day slaves and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. They work themselves tirelessly to the grave and they get nothing. Nothing, no fulfillment, no joy, nothing. They've never lived. In fact, they've never truly lived. They've worked tirelessly for a system that in the end robs them. Here I'm speaking the unfiltered truth. You may agree, you may disagree. We all have different opinions on subjects. That's okay. You'll never get me insulting you because I don't agree on a point that you've made. Joseph King, the system in the West see us as cash cows. Definitely, that's what we are, cash cows. We work, feed into the system, work, then we die. And so that's what we teach even our generations. We teach them, our children see how we are doing things and they do it and they pass it on and they pass it on. For them, that's enough because they've already got you up here. And then once they've got you up here, you will disseminate that and teach the others. And so they don't have to worry because you've already been programmed and you will program the others. Eminem Motivates, greetings to you. Greetings to you. Thank you so much for being here. Lady J saying, in the US, wickedness, we will never own our homes. We're working for nothing. It's by design. Sit down, analyze, critique, even your own life, and then look at the bigger picture. We all have a brain for a reason. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. We all have a brain for a reason. Otherwise, it will not be there. Francis is asking a question. Just wondering, is Rwanda in a strict lockdown? So here in Rwanda right now, you can find out the current mandate, but I also did put it on my channel. What's the curfew right now? Is it the curfew 9 or 10 o'clock? So guys, guys, I'm trying not to absorb too much of what's going on. I keep up to date and then I kind of continue with my everyday thing. But yeah, on the ground, you have to show vaccinations for various things, access some services. But in general, people are just going about their everyday life as of right now. And we're waiting for also a review soon. So we're waiting to see what will happen. But we are under curfew. I can't remember if it's 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Most days I'm home by 8. So like, yeah. But if you want to find out, the mandate is on the RBC website, so you can go and check it out on there. Eminem Motives is saying, greetings fam, greetings to you. Rick Hill also sent a super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Rick Hill is saying, keep up the good work. Here's a small gift for you and the baby. All the best to you, my dear sister. Thank you so much, Rick Hill. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate your super chat. Thank you. Flybooks, yes, it will be passed. Just stand firm and have no fear. Fear doesn't really do anything. It just disturbs the mind and distracts your focus. So as I said, I'm also doing things to keep my mental health, like, you know, keep me sane. And I'm always asking you guys, I'm prompting you guys to also engage in things that keeps your, keeps you sane, you know. That's very important because a lot's going on and you can just zone out into this whole world of anxiety and depression, considering everything that's going on. Francis, the world has changed, but Africans will still stand forever. Yes, that's so true. I love that word, Francis. The world has changed, but Africans will still stand strong forever. Wow, that's powerful. That's so powerful. Yeah, flybooks, distractions are real, very, very real. Alki Bulan is saying, Amakuru Kerian, Amakuru Nimeza, Namwe. So I just said in Kinyarwanda, someone's asking me how I am, and I said I'm fine, and I asked, how are you? Namwe means how are you? And you as well. Guys, do you have any questions for me? I am leaving shortly. Let me know if you have any questions for me. I'll be rounding up. I've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, I've been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. So guys, if you haven't already, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you get a family friend to subscribe to my channel to know what I'm doing here on the continent, and yeah, just to increase my exposure here on YouTube. Yeah, so I've been on here a while. Okay, Titus and Dongu is saying just recently there was soccer tournaments going on in Europe in the midst of the pandemic with no issues, but now they are discouraging the African players from going to Cameroon for African tournaments. Yeah, at the end of the day, they will think about themselves because as we said earlier, it's all about power, money, mind control. PT saying about 60% of the world's arable land suitable for cultivating crops is in Africa. Yes, exactly. Exactly. We have it. We have it all. We are the breadbasket. Africa is the breadbasket to the world. Like when I first went to Ghana, right, in 2010, and I was seeing how European countries were setting themselves up in Africa and making ridiculous amounts of money from the arable land, fruits, vegetables, that they would use the land, get that all packaged, and then imported to Europe. Wow. It was just amazing to see that end of the chain and then seeing it in the supermarket. Right? Africa has it all. Africa has it all. We don't need to go searching for it anywhere else. We don't need to be going to search for life anywhere else. Africa has it all. And it's so strange that Africa has it all. We're feeding the rest of the world, but our own people are starving. How does that make sense? They said that Africa is really interesting, guys. Very interesting. You know, a couple of years ago, there was a big campaign. You know, there's going to be like, you guys help me if I'm wrong. They were saying the population is growing significantly. By this time, 7 billion people, population, Africa, is producing too much. But when I was in Europe, they were doing a campaign in Europe, like some big organizations were campaigning for Caucasian women to have more babies because they're not having enough. And on the other side, they were saying Africans they're having too many babies and won't be able to sustain the planet and so on and so forth. But if you know, you know. But if you don't know, then you don't know. I say no more. Right. Erica is in the building. Erica. Wow. I have to go silent right now. Can you guys just read that on the screen? I'm gonna leave it on the screen for a second. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Nothing but ourselves can free our minds. Hey, Erica, you made such a good point. I just thought I'd sing one of Bob Marley's lines there. Wow. Wow. Okay, so Joseph King, currently in the UK, 67 years for men and 66 years for women, but those below 50 years, they will never retire. Well, I have a control over my life, and when I want to retire, I'm no longer in that system, no longer brainwashed by that system. You can even have some situations where I think a couple of years ago, and those of you guys from the UK who knows about this, you can also comment, where people had paid into their pension expecting this amount of money by the time they retired. And by the time they got there, they were like, oh, we can't pay you this money. Now we can pay you this money. And a lot of people were disappointed, because imagine working, paying into your pension, thinking that you're going to get this amount of money when you're retired. And then, oops, no, we can no longer pay you that money. A lot of people were mad. A lot of people were disappointed. but it's by design. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. But get to know. It's very important. Get to know. DC, it's not the education, but the type of education. I think that you were talking, maybe it was in relation to a point that I made earlier. DCPT is 70%. China, India, and the Arab world are buying it like crazy. Yes, 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 yes. DC is on point. Yes. What can I say in relation to this point? Let's just say that obviously they recognize the value, and if they're able to dominate and control the Arab land, then they control the breadbasket. They control the food to the world. And if it's in their hands, let's just say that Africans will continue to be last or be left out. So they're also thinking ahead. They're also thinking ahead, where you're seeing how these people, the type of movements that these people make, they're thinking ahead, they're strategizing for generations to come. And a lot of our African countries are lagging significantly behind. By the time they realize, they have nothing valuable left. The Unfiltered Truth with Lady Visionary. Just Talk. Just Talk said, can you summarize what you said, please? I mean, some of you guys will have come in really late. You'll have to go back and, you know, re-listen to the live after this finishes. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, because there'll be more amazing content coming. And if you snooze, you lose. So make sure you you subscribe and you click on the post notification bell so you can be alerted whenever I post. Fly Books, must go now to start my day. Thank you for your good work, sister. Peace to all on this live. Fly Books, thank you so much for joining the conversation. Really appreciate you. And I'll see you again next time. Dennis Williams is in the building. Hey, how are you doing? Guys, I'm dancing because there's some music in my background. Sometimes, you know, if you don't try to enjoy this life, you'll just go crazy. Hello, Queen Lady Visionary of Musanze. One of my concerns is China recolonizing Africa by the way of massive loans that Africa will never be able to pay back. Admire you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, that's a genuine concern, Dennis. That's a genuine concern. That really is a genuine concern. I think the way that you can see the way that the way that China is positioning themselves across the African continent very strategically, and there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. So our leaders have to be sharp. You know, they have to be sharp. I'm not against Africa doing business with the rest of the world, but I believe that our African leaders definitely have to critique everything that comes into their space and be very careful that they're making a deal that is going to be beneficial in the long term for the African people. Because what you've seen time and time again is that these people come in, make deals with Africa, they get like they're going away laughing, and then Africa's had a bad deal. So what we need our leaders to do is really exercise some critical thinking and make good business deals for the future of our mother Africa, right? So yes, those are genuine concerns that, you know, a lot of us who are critical thinkers, genuine concerns that we have for the future of Africa, okay? Yeah. DC, Rose Remain, thank you so much for being here. Good morning. How are you? I'm traveling to Rwanda in March 2022. I'm going to visit you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Rose, if you're coming as well, I also offered the meetup tour, guys, in the Northern Province. So please book the meetup tour because 2022 is going to be epic. It's going to be epic. It's going to be busy. There's a lot happening in 2022, so everything is sort of planned. So make sure you book the meetup tour if you're coming. I always say this, guys, book the meetup tour. Or book the meetup with me. It has to be done in advance. Okay? Has to be done in advance. And when you book the meetup tour or my services, you are also helping to also build my projects. There's a lot that I'm doing here. And I'm finding a lot of people who just want, but not willing to even say, right, Lady Visionary, I know you're doing this. Here's something to support what you're doing. Or I know you offer this service. Some people, I offer a service. Some people just want that service for free. And I'm doing that because it helps me to sustain my projects. It helps me to continue building. Get on code, my people. Get on code. Stop. Get on code. Support the vision. Yes, DC saying Dennis Williams, the African leaders do not read the terms and conditions of these loans, plus bribes. The people know us better than ourselves. Our black male leaders are weak, full of self-hatred. Yeah, I mean, what can I say about that? I think these people have come in, and historically it's proven itself. They come in, obviously they use means of corruption. They dangle money and say, may say, oh, you and your family will be okay, and so on and so forth. They pretend to be friends of Africa, and so on and so forth. But a real leader will have foresight and be able to make better deals for its people. Africa has no friends. That's just a way of coming in and just taking over. Friends of Africa. Oh, we're gonna give you this, gonna give you that for free. There is no such thing as a free lunch, because in the back, their motives, their agenda is very clear. They're in it for one thing and one thing only. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. Right, guys, have you given this a thumbs up? Aki Bulan is saying, Kerry-Ann, did you know that Jamaicans and Barbados are descendants from Akan and Ashanti people tribe from Ghana? So when I was in Ghana in 2010, I did learn a bit about, because that was one of the reasons why I went to Ghana, because I wanted to learn more about my history and, where I'm coming from and so forth. So I did learn a bit about that. So yeah, I did learn about that. Eric is saying, read the book, The Great Reset. We will own nothing and be happy. So they will give you an alternative reality, the metaverse. Interesting. The Great Reset. Has anyone read that book? I definitely have to write that down. The Great Reset. I will look into that, Erica. Thank you for that recommendation. Okay, right. Aki Bulan is asking, Kerry-Ann, have you been to Kenya? I have been to Kenya. I've been to Nairobi. I spent about a week in Nairobi, but I'll definitely want to go back to Kenya because I felt like like everything was just so quick. I would love to visit Mombasa. I'd love to visit Mombasa. I didn't get to eat enough coconuts in Kenya, so I definitely need to go back. Right? I would definitely be going back to Kenya some point. At some point, we shall see. George is saying, but none of them can stop the time. Yes. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Nothing but ourselves can free our minds, but none of them can stop the time. Hey, Bob Marley, I'm telling you, Bob Marley. Bob Cat. These deals are called Belt and Road Initiative, which of a lot of countries around the world have defaulted on. Yes. Ooh, DC. Okay. DC saying support, no freeness there. In Can I translate it in English? There's nothing free here. That's what it means. In Jamaican patois, nothing free there. Yeah. Thank you, DC, for that. That made me smile. Okay, look up on YouTube The Confessions of Economic Hitman. Whoa, you guys are giving me some great recommendations. Okay. The Confessions of an Economic Hitman. Have I heard about this before? I'll have to look into it. Thank you so much, Erica, for that recommendation. The Great Reset, I have to remember that, but obviously I will go through again on the live and make sure I jot that down because I don't have my book and paper next to me. And the Confessions of Economic Hitman. Wow. Yeah, just talk. Yes, well said. No such thing as a free lunch. It's true. I think that's how a lot of leaders on different levels have been able to be hypnotized into compromising their own people because they're thinking free lunch. But yeah, there's no such thing as a free lunch. When you think about that, deep it. This is saying RIP President J. Magufuli. He had great foresight and said Africa can do for itself. He tore up many of the loan agreements. Yeah. Even in Tanzania, where they're trying to give a poor deal with regards to the railway. Guys, I just give me a minute. Ethan, where are you going? Go and find Rebecca. I'm coming. Give me 5 minutes. That was one of my sons. He was about to just jump into the live, and I was like, stop. Oh, thank you. Akibulan is asking, Jamaica, Carrie-Ann, can you speak patois? Yes, I can. Yeah, I can. But obviously, like, I left Jamaica when I was quite young, and I've been speaking, I don't want to say the Queen's English, but I've been speaking English for far too long. So my patois is not fantastic. Like my family usually kind of laugh at me, but yes, me can speak patois. Jamaica me did ban, so me can speak it. We can speak it. Me not too good, but me alright. Yeah, so that's a bit of patois from me. Some of you guys are thinking, my God, what did she just say? I think I just said, yes, I was born there, so yes, I can speak a bit of patois. Yes, yeah. Erica's making a very good point. We have to, there's unity in the people. There's power and unity. There's power in the people when we unite. Definitely, I agree 100%. And Just Talk is saying you sound okay, like your patois. Ah! DC is saying, well done. Patois sounds good. Oh, you guys are making me laugh. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, as I said, my family just laugh at me when I try to put on the patois, but I think I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm not that rusty. I'm not that rusty. But guys, thank you so much for joining the conversation. Thank you to those of you guys who've donated to baby Shimwe. I also will put I will also put the PayPal link. Just make sure you reference baby Shimwe if you want to support, or if you just want to support my work and everything that I'm doing here in Rwanda, then you can also use this same link. Just reference baby Ishimwe if you are supporting the baby, or just write a message saying thank you, Lady Visionary, for your great work. This is for you, to support your vision. So bear with me, guys. Let me just put that in the chat. Make sure you've liked the live stream if you haven't already done so, please. I'm on my way out right now. If anyone wants to ask one final question, you can. But if you just want to support my work, or support baby Shimwe, then you can. I've sent out the link in the description. I sent out the link in the chat for any of you guys who want to support my work and what I'm doing here. And as I continue to push through with my projects and just keep going despite the challenges, guys, because it's not completely easy, but I'd rather be here on the continent than where some of you guys are, Europe, the Americas. So I'm continuing to push. I'm continuing to push hard. I'm continuing to work. Whew. So yeah, your support is very much appreciated. Thank you guys for all the love. And even if you can't just, donate or give us financial support, that's fine. Just share my video and at least get one person to subscribe to my channel. Find your favorite video on the channel and share it on your YouTube. On your YouTube. Yes, if you're a YouTuber, share it on your YouTube, share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram, share it on Twitter. That's one way you can support me as well. Okay. DC saying bye LV, kiss the baby for me. I will do. How is baby Shimwe and the sister doing? I forgot her name. Her name is Sarah. They're really doing well. As I said, when I first saw the baby, he looked healthy. She's doing a good job. And then when I saw him again, which was the day before yesterday, he was clean, he looked healthy, he gave me a smile. And that's the day when I presented the gift. So if you haven't seen that video where I went to the village to gift baby Shamir with some items, and also some of the donations that you guys gave, and there's also still more that I need to give as well. So I will keep you guys updated, because I'll keep you guys updated as to how I am using the donations, what I'm doing, what are the strategies, and so on. So I will definitely keep you posted, and I definitely will continue to, as I'm supporting baby Shimwe, I will definitely keep involved. Like, I'll stay involved, monitoring and making sure that what I'm doing, my efforts are not going to waste. So there's a level of supervision with regards to the donations and making sure that they are used, in the right way. Yes, guys. Okay, right. I'm seeing you guys' comments as I'm about to exit. Okay, sorry. Bobcat. Oh, Bobcat Traction saying, Lady Visionary, you are a special person with a kind heart. Wishing your family the best in 2022. Oh, thank you. That means so much. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I am, I'm not perfect, but every time someone says that I have a kind heart, I always think of my mom, because I aspire to be more like her, because she was the one, like, had such an amazing heart, like so giving, and I want to be just like her in that sense. So thank you so much. And like, I've been writing down, guys, can I just say this before I go as well? I've been writing down my 2022 like goals and resolutions and goals, and I encourage you guys to also do the same. Just write out some things that you want to achieve for 2022 and just keep focused on the prize. So, you know, just make them really relevant, make them really achievable. So just think smart in that sense. When you say smart, it's like make your goals specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timed. So that's what I've been doing. I had some goals written down, so I'm trying to kind of narrow things down and just making it things achievable and just realistic. So I also encourage you guys to write down a couple of goals, even if it's 2 or 3 goals that you want to achieve for 2022. Start writing them down as we end this year and we're approaching the new year. Start to write down your goals and thank me later. Thank me later. Okay, sorry guys. Okay. Akibulan saying, tell Sarah I said hi from Makaya Amani for me, please. Oh, I will do. I will do. I will send your messages. I'll write them down. Actually, I'll go through and just write down some of your messages to make sure that I don't forget. I have my diary. I already have my 2022 diary, so you know that I don't forget things, and I'm always writing things down. So yes, I will definitely say hi. Francis, say hello to the baby and the mother, and we shall continue to help to ensure that they have a great future. Thank you so much, Francis. I really appreciate you. I think that is it, guys. So thank you guys so much for the ongoing love and support. I really appreciate you. Make sure you have smashed that like button if you haven't already done so. Make sure you have subscribed if you haven't already done so as well. So many of you guys keep coming back to my channel but are not yet subscribed. I don't understand why. Can someone tell me why, please? Why? Come on. Obviously you enjoy something about this channel, so please do consider subscribing. Yeah, and for those of you guys who don't know me, I am Lady Visionary. I left the UK and it's all its craziness, and I came to the motherland to fulfill my purpose and live out a more enjoyable life directed by my ancestors, me, and the Most High. So guys, take care. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, lady_visionary. If you haven't already done so, you can also visit my business website, www.twinlakesisland.com, www.twinlakesisland.com. And also I'm on Instagram. My business Instagram is Twin Lakes Recreational Island. Yeah, that's Twin Lakes Recreational Island. So go over and support me on there. And guys, love you guys so much. Thank you again for the ongoing love and support that has helped me to just keep going with everything that I'm doing here. So thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Lots of love. Bye.